Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. This is Colts 2.5
It
on
is.
the road over the Panthers. 45.5 is your total. The Panthers get their first win of the season. Granted, wasn't the greatest win. Certainly wasn't super impressive. But the Colts go out. They lose to the Saints in pretty unimpressive fashion as well. Any chance in the world this gets to 3? I mean,
I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. I like the Colts at 2.5. I like the Panthers at 3.5. I would be much more likely to bet the Panthers at 3.5 than I would the Colts at 2.5.
Yeah, it's a. Do the people look at this and see kind of the box score stuff? Because like some of the box score stuff looks okay for the Colts and doesn't look all that great for the Panthers. Are there going to be some box score watchers who think this number is too short? Or could we get a 3 or 3.5? Could we get a 3.5 on the Panthers? If that's the case, I'd be a buyer. 2.5, I think I'm just going to sit back and watch.
Interesting. The look ahead here was 2.5, so no change there. But the total goes from 42.5 to 45.5. So a 3-point adjustment up, which is surprising. Nothing I've really seen that would make me think that would usually that big of a move. No real interest on the total here. I have it at 44. Surprised we're as high as 45 and 45.5 across the market. If we can get 3.5 on Carolina, this seems to me almost like a situation this week where it's like, look, I'm not willing to lay 3.5 with a bad team on the road. Minshew on the road also not as good as he is at home. I think that Indianapolis team plays significantly better in the dome on the faster turf. I guess the one side you are seeing Jonathan Taylor play a little bit better for this Colts team. I would be surprised if I play this. I would be surprised if I play this game at all because I don't think we're getting the 3.5 on Carolina, and I don't have the appetite to lay the 2.5 on the road with the Colts.
Yeah, I'm with you. It is a game that I think is at least fairly interesting because do you see anything more out of the Panthers? We mentioned you get the switch from a play caller standpoint. This was the first week that it was trying to be implemented, so like you said a little bit earlier, benefit of the doubt type deal. Maybe we still got to get this all working. We still got to get this all in motion. Do we see at least a little bit better there? What would you think? Okay, let's just talk through all angles of this thing. Let's say it doesn't ever get to 3. You're sitting the 2.5. Obviously the teaser leg could be 8.5 for the Panthers. Yeah. I think the range of outcomes is a little bit too wide for me to want to play a teaser leg with the Panthers, I think.
I would take the 8.5 just because I don't see this. That's a brutal drop by Chicago. The 8.5 just to me is enough points there that I would be interested in taking the 8.5. I don't love this as a teaser leg. I don't think this is a phenomenal teaser week. Yeah. So I'm not going to have a bunch of teasers. I thought this was a very good teaser week. To me, you've got a couple numbers that are kind of in that area. My other issue with Carolina here is they won this week. Mm-hmm. They were 0-6 coming off the bye. This was a game that they were focused on. This was a game where you had the 1 versus number 2 pick. That is the thing. You want to come out and you want to win that game for your guy because he went number 1. I'm a little concerned you're not going to see the same motivation from Carolina after getting that win to get off the schneid.
Again, 2.5 as we sit right now. Colts and Panthers, 45.5 is the total.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.